My name is Jennifer Quinn. My daughter is Caitlin Quinn, and she's been going to Maitland Montessori for about a year. So I had heard about Montessori a few years before even having Caitlin from a mentor that I used to work with a lot, and I was always intrigued by the concept of Montessori, but I really needed to wait until Caitlin was here and got to experience her first few years to see if it would be the right fit for her. I noticed that she was a child that really wanted to have her own experiences and really benefited from having extra time to work through a process. So when it was time for her to start with primary, right around when she turned 3, that's the research that we did to see if it would be the right fit for her, and ultimately it was. We're very happy to be here. The classes are very established. The teachers are established, the classes are the right size, the age mixes are where they should be. I like that there were 3 primary classrooms, that they, again, had the right amount of students in the classroom, that they also had the upper level classroom, and I liked that they owned the property here. So knowing that they are here, they're established in the community, and they're not going anywhere really meant a lot to me. And again, just it being embedded right in the heart of Maitland was really important to me too. She's a kind of student that appreciates being in a smaller environment. When we're in like a zoo or some other activity-centered place, she gets overwhelmed a little bit when there's a lot of people, and being in a smaller environment really kind of helps her stay focused on herself, the materials, and the classroom around her. And it allows her to establish those peer relationships in a much deeper way than if she was in a bigger environment. She takes a lot of the Montessori practical life lessons home with her. One of her favorite things to do when she gets home is to clean her art studio that we have outside. And she knows where all of her materials are, and so she'll grab her rags and her spray bottle and she'll go out and maintain her space just like she does in the classroom. She knows, where her glasses are, where her dishes are. She knows how to get water for herself. And when she has friends over, I notice the difference because she will get them water, she'll serve them snack. She knows how to access things that she's able to access. Not only does she take care of herself, but she provides it for others. That's an element I think that's exceptional about Montessori, and something that's really special. When she talks about her day, she does focus a lot on the peer relationships, who she sat with at lunch, what kind of jobs that she had that day, and she loves talking about, specifically now that she's getting a little older, the math and language lessons that she's learning. She takes a lot of pride in the reading that she does and the progress that she's making through the material. She understands that there's a hierarchy to the material, and the progress that she's making is very tactile to her, and she understands that. And she likes to be able to take the math that she's learning and apply it to things that she sees in her regular environment. For example, we'll go to the park and she'll notice something and she goes, oh, that's divided into thirds, and things like that. So she absorbs a lot without really understanding how much she's absorbing, and when she communicates that out or expresses it out, it's very organic and quite beautiful to see. The tagline that has stuck with me since the very beginning is children first, always. And what that means is the child's development is at the forefront as opposed to adult adulation or anything else that traditional school kind of puts at the fore. For example, when I did my first observation in a Montessori classroom, I was taken aback by how the children would go to the work. They would take it off the shelf, do the work, and put it away without showing anybody, without getting a sticker, without getting praise, and they were just doing it for the sake of doing it. And to me, that is taking the child and putting them first as opposed to them earning some sort of praise from an adult. And that's the part where I feel like it's really important for children to be able to gain that self-confidence, to understand that the work that they're doing is for them as opposed to earning something. The other thing that I think is really beautiful is the way that the mixed classroom works. So you'll see a 5-year-old teaching a 3-year-old how to use a work, and there's two things that are great about that. One is it shows that the 5-year-old has mastered the work enough that they can show it to somebody else. And they always say that once you can teach, that means you really understand it. But also they're showing that the 3 and the 5-year-old are showing, I can have a relationship with you. I don't always have to go to an adult. I can start to look at my peer as a resource. And that development at that age, that connection, I think is terribly important for people, particularly as they grow up and they want to be able to work in groups. They can look to one another as opposed to just looking to an authority figure for the answer. So what I think that the foundation she's getting is mostly within herself and her self-awareness and her self-confidence. She feels very capable, and she's told that she's capable, and she feels capable in the classroom. And that's a really great foundation, because that's the kind of thing that you would want in an employee, you know, when you have someone working at a company or as a partner. So that's like the biggest thing, is her own foundation.